Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So on today's video I'm going to show you how to install the PROTAPER contour handlebars to the MT09. These are the Carmichael bend. Including a set of the Domino grips. What you're going to need for the install is an M16 by 1.5 tap for the ends of your bars. Now I run the bar end mirrors. Even if you don't have the bar end mirrors and you just use the standard factory bar end weights, you're still going to need to tap the end of the bar. Right guys, so I just started by removing the bar end mirrors. And I'll start stripping off all the controls. Just removing the throttle linkage now. Good idea just to put your screws back into where they came from, just so you don't get mixed up with them or end up losing them. Good idea, just put a towel over your tank, don't drop nothing on it, scratch it. Just remove the reusable cable ties. Just removing the brake lever and master cylinder. And removing the factory grips, I just put a screwdriver in between the grip and the handlebar and just worked it the way around and just pulled it till it came off. It seemed to work the best for me. Now we're just removing the handlebar clamps. That's the stock handlebar removed. That's the brand new shiny PROTAPER contour. You can see there they're a lot lower and quite a lot wider as well. So I'm just placing them on here just to get a feel for roughly whereabouts I want it. I decided not to cut the bars down in width because with the bars being a lot lower, I wanted them to take up the slack in the cables. I just measured off the bar for where the distance in from where the holes were off the factory bars. And then rather than measuring and sort of guesstimating the orientation of where the holes are on the bars, I sort of did a bit of a dry run. I put the throttle cable back on over the masking tape, and same with the brake lever and the switch gear, and sort of rotated them to roughly where they would work best in that position with where the bars are, and then marked off the center of the lug that goes in, that you've got to drill into the bar. Same on this side, a bit of masking tape around the bar, measured in for the hole off the other standard bars, offered up the switch gear, rotated it till it was in the nice position for the thumb, and then marked the center of the nib, and now starting to drill the bar out. One thing to note with these, when you're drilling them out, they're not hollow like the factory bars, so don't keep drilling and expecting it to suddenly go through, because these are solid straight through. Good idea to use a bit of a center punch as well, just so your drill doesn't wander. And then here I use my drill to tap the bar ends. I just used a little bit of oil and just went in nice and slow on speed 1. Did that on both sides. Now we're just refitting all the switch gear back. This is the difficult bit, bending the metal clutch sleeve to suit the bar. I use the factory bars on one end and then that ring spanner on the other side, but I was struggling to sort of get any sort of leverage on it. I needed more of the cable, so I came around the other side, removed the clutch bracket rather than the adjuster. I just removed the bracket and pulled it through a bit. I managed to get a bit more leverage to straighten it. And this was a tricky bit as well, to put the clutch lever back onto your new bars. It's cast, so you want to be careful. You don't want to open it too much because it will it'll break. I'm just putting the bars back on, same position, torquing them all down to the spec in the workshop manual. Just connecting the throttle cable back now, longest one on the bottom, shortest one on the top. That's all moving freely and working correctly. Everything's got a little bit of blue Loctite on, apart from the screws going into the plastic. Torqued them down. Now time for the Domino grips. I had to drill out the centers, you can see there, so it would rotate over my bar end mirrors. And for glue, I always use just a bit of clear lacquer. Just squirt a bit down and then just shove it on. I find that works the best. You can use grip glue, which whatever you've got. And a bit of blue Loctite on the bar end mirrors. Just wind them in. Torque that to spec. Same on this side. They are quite difficult to go on, especially this side because it's got the knurling around the bar end. But it will go on, just persist. Same again, Loctite on bar end mirror. And then I had to work that grip back a bit because I'd pushed it on a bit too much. So I sort of even the gap to this, from this grip to the same as the throttle side. Now time for the clutch. And because I didn't remove the clutch adjuster, I didn't need to readjust it, I just bolted it back on. Hi guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video of the install of my PROTAPER bars on my MT09. I've test rode with these, honestly absolutely transformed the bike. Before I felt they were a little bit too high for me. I'm like 5'11", and they were just a little bit too high. So these have dropped it down a little bit further. What I've noticed is the clock and the dash is a little bit more readable, and I can actually sort of hear the bike, the engine a bit more, because that sort of, it's just tucked me down that little bit just out of the wind. So like when I'm cruising around 100 k's now, it feels more like with the stock bars was more like 80 k's. So it just feels heaps better. Absolutely love them. 100% recommend putting a set of bars on it. It's just completely transformed the riding style for me. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps us out. Just cracked over the 500 subscriber mark. It's absolutely amazing. I keep harping on about it, but yeah, if you could please subscribe, like the video if you liked it. If not, then don't. And I'll see you on another one. Cheers guys.